we're about to have the journey of a lifetime.
This season on Temptation Island.
I already know it's going to be hard to resist temptation.
To all the ladies, do not let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband.
I'm not taking it. We're gonna do something we've never done on Temptation Island. Singles, you will have the option to send a message as well. What? This light is called the temptation light. When it's on, that lets you know that somebody has given into temptation.
This light lighting up, it just makes everything 10 times more real.
Things are starting to get kinky. I want it lit up in the other house.
Yo, red light!
I want them to feel the pressure of potentially losing their partner.
We're not stressing over this no more.
Very soon, you're gonna realize this is your journey.
All right, thank you again for taking time out speaking with me, Aries at Urban Bridges. How you doing today, Mark?
Couldn't be better. Glad to talk to you.
Yeah, same here. I'm actually a fan. I've been watching you for some years, so this is exciting. But I also have to say I watched the first episode of the new season, and it looks really good. So I'm actually excited and looking forward to the rest of the season. So I'm going to ask you that question. What are you the most excited for viewers to see this season?
I think the season is hot. It's fire. But it's what I love about Temptation Island as opposed to so many dating reality shows. They're all sexy, right? Our show, the people on the show are amazing to watch for all the messy reasons you love. But there's this authentic heart in Temptation Island. There's this real talk aspect that goes on the show that I think on this season specifically, they roll up their sleeves and get into it. So it kind of hits on two levels. It hits on all that mess that you want, all that hot, oh my God. But then when we chop it up, it hits on another level.
It makes a lot of sense. Can you tell us a little bit about each couple this season, the 4 couples?
Sure. Let's see. Let's start. You want to ask me about each one, or you want me to just break it down? So Hall and Caitlin.
Yeah, just a breakdown.
All right. So Hall and Caitlin are beautiful and have had a rocky past. Have been together for many, many years with a breakup in the middle, and they're our first engaged couple that come on the show already with a ring, right? And
hopefully keep it.
Well, it's an interesting road because he was the one who broke up and had to go out and see if there was something better out there for him, and then came back to Caitlin. She got back together with him even though her heart was broken the first time. He asked her to marry her. She said yes, but now she's the one who's like, can't seem to set it there. I can't seem to get there. And so that's where they start, but that journey is pretty crazy. Vanessa and Roberto, man, I say them, I smile. I mean, all these couples, I have such a warmth in my heart for. I just love them. Vanessa's a little older than Roberto. Roberto's this young, good-looking dude, and Vanessa, she's like, she's down to business, and she's running the show with an iron fist, I might add.
True.
So it's an interesting dynamic to watch the two of them at the very beginning and how that dynamic plays out, and then who they become. I mean, Vanessa is a strong woman that's like, you don't think you can get through that shell at all, but in fact, as is often the case, is this soft, sweet, tender, vulnerable person in there that show up. Paris and Great. Man, I wish I could just give spoilers on everything. They're gorgeous. I mean, just like gorgeous. He's Nigerian, if I'm not mistaken. She's originally from Angola. He's far more of a modern Western vibe, and she is stuck because traditionally in her culture, she wants to be married and have kids starting now, and that's how this thing starts with them. The way they bicker with one another sounds like they're in trouble, but to me, it shows me how much they love one another. They have this familiarity about one another. They can't stand each other, but they love each other kind of vibe. And so, and she's one of the funniest people I've ever seen. And the things that come out of her mouth just shock you. Like, there's a sweet little angel, and then she says something like, what did she just say?
I can see it.
Yeah. But in the bonfires, she and I go to some places that are way, way deep. And she handles it like a boss. Let's see, who am I forgetting? Vanessa, let's see, Paris, Caitlin, and Maricela
Yeah.
and Christopher. Maricela is, I sometimes have trouble holding my focus when I'm in the room with her because she's that captivating to me. Stunning. And Christopher is this really intelligent, bright, talented, creative dude. But the dynamic of the two of them coming in is doesn't feel healthy.
Yeah.
She feels a little under the thumb of Christopher, and Christopher's trying to get her to be something, and she's trying to be something for her. That it's just a lot of codependence. But there's no doubt that there's love. You can sense that all the way through. You can sense there's a commitment to one another. Maricela is this quiet, kind of little bird kind of vibe. But then you'll see early on in this, she starts to really feel herself and starts to kind of get emboldened and empowered. And that's pretty exciting to watch. And so, I mean, did I break them all down? Was that all four? I think that's all four.
Yeah, that's it. Real good. Well, thank you, because we wanted to get the breakdown. But I know the couples really vibe with you a lot. Being the host, what's like the best part for you doing that?
You know, it's the best part is the worst part, which is the best part. You know, it's funny, in my life, I hate confrontation. I don't really like to be uncomfortable, right? But on the other hand, I love transformative conversation and real talk. Like I love the real stuff. So I literally go through this process every time we have a bonfire day that we're going to shoot that night. I'm like stressed all day, and then going to do the bonfire, and I'm in it, just like in it, and it goes for a long time, and then I come out of it, and I'm like, what did I say? I don't even remember what happened, right? And then my wife's got to tell me, this was cool, and this thing you said, what were you thinking? But this was cool, right? So I think the best part about the show for me is it's rare, and I've been in the business a long time. It's rare to have a show where you get to have real talk, like for real talk, in an environment that doesn't look like that's where that would take place. So I'm constantly telling people, but you know, when you're making your plans about your future and what you want to do and where you're going to be, your fully expressed thing, be careful, because that package may not look at all like what you thought it would be. Like I would have never thought I'd be doing Temptation Island, and that's where I get to have this kind of deep conversation, right? So there's never a moment where I don't have just like an overabundance of gratitude that I've got this executive producer who has the same brain as me, who's got my back and has trust in me to kind of let it fly, and I can trust that I can let it fly because she's going to cover this for me. Make sure that we're doing the right stuff and that we're on the same page, because what we really want is a television show that people just love. And we want the people on the show to leave the island in a better place than when they came.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
It takes a little more effort to produce the show that people want while still keeping that authenticity there. But it's worth that effort, because I think that's what makes this show more watchable.
Yeah, I would agree. I like that take on it. And then you talk about the journey that you want couples to take when they come here. What does that look like for you? What does that mean?
What I'm saying is exactly what Trifari, my executive producer, says. The goal is that you leave the island in a better place than when you came. I always say to them at the beginning, not even on camera, I say, look, just let's get straight here. What you see on TV is me for real. I'm committed 100% to this. I'm committed to all 8 of you leaving this island in a better place. But notice I said all 8 and not 4 couples. Like I have no investment in whether you stay together or not. I have all the investment in your own individual personal growth to have a new definition of what a healthy love relationship is, right? And then if it's with that person, I'm down. And if it's not with that person, I'm grateful, right? So that's where I'm at with this. And I'm like, let's go. Let's go.
I love that. And then you got to tell everybody why they need to be tuned in to Temptation Island on the season premiere on June 14th.
Come on. If you like reality TV, for all the mess and all the drama and all the scandal, we got you. Believe me when I tell you, we got all of that. But because I know who you are, viewers, I know that's not enough for you. You want some takeaway, because this generation that I'm happy to be a part of now through this show. You like mess and drama and scandal, but you want real talk. You want to find the real here. You don't want anybody to front. You don't want anybody to bullshit you. So the thing about Temptation Island is there's no prize. They're going through this crazy journey. You'll get all the stuff you want to watch there. And at the end of the day, you're going to be able to relate to that drama because it's real.
Yeah, real good. I like
That's
that take too. And then I'm gonna switch gears real quick before we wrap. I know you started working with Dick Clark Productions. I know that I've been a Dick Clark fan since I was a kid. Did he ever give you any advice that you can think of that
well, first of all,
sticks with you?
I started as a runner in his office, and then I became his warm-up guy for a brief time. And then I produced with him as a partner a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
So just observing him taught me how to be a host.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I started to go into that world, he would give little nuggets to me that I still hold on to. And they're not big ones, but stuff like when you're interviewing somebody, don't say, let me ask you a question. Like, why, Dick? He says, well, if you had a question, you wouldn't say, let me ask you a question. Just ask the damn question, what he'd say.
Okay, right? I like that.
So I noticed with Dick Clark that when he's filling time or doing anything on the show, right, it's substantive. Also, no matter what vehicle you see Dick Clark in, American Music Awards, American Bandstand, bloopers and practical jokes, whatever it is, you get the same dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's called authenticity. So that's kind of what I've tried to pattern my whole rap behind, right?
Yeah,
so,
well, you're doing it.
I'm grateful that I got to tutor under him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's definitely proud. Is there anything else you want to leave with our viewers and your fans before we wrap up?
Twists, turns, all the mess. You need to show up this season. I think it's going to be the bomb. And hit me up on social media. If you got questions, I'll answer them. I answer anybody who messages me.
That's what's up. No, that's a good thing to say. I'm going to make sure they hear that.
You have no idea how many people are in my DM calling me uncle right now. You have no idea.
Well, thank you again for taking time out speaking with me, Myra. I'm again a fan. I can't wait for the rest of the season, and I hope you continue all the success.
Aries, thank you, and all the success to you. And if you need me, reach out, brother. I'm right here.
Will do. Thank you. Have a great day.